I've always, if you've been watching my shows, I've always been stressing about, digestion. The ugly fire needs to be strong and needs to be taken care of, needs to be consistent for us to digest our nutrients properly. Because it doesn't matter what we eat or what we take, if the digestion is not there or it's not strong enough, no matter what age we are at, it's not going to benefit us. It doesn't matter if you're eating organic foods or if you're eating clean diet or if you're not having meats and stuff. As long as the digestion is working strong, working and being consistent, being on fire, you are benefiting with all the nutrients that you're getting from those foods or even supplements or herbs that you're taking, because it has to be digested, then it is absorbed. So there are two parts to it, and we'll look at the digestive side of it, where it involves, there's a gross digestion, which is the GI tract, which is the physical aspect of digestion, and then of course there's a subtle digestion. So the gross is broken down into three stages, of course, the mouth and the upper stomach, where the saliva is acting on the food or the nutrients, and it's making it softer, making it oily, breaking certain enzymes in the sugar, so you get the taste. So it's easily taken down and, of course, broken down to a point where the bile acid, the stomach acid, the pancreatic juices, the enzyme in the second stage are ready to digest further, where they're digesting all the proteins, the fats, the enzymes that are secreted by the pancreas, and that is your second stage, which takes about 2 to 3 hours, and this is the pitta stage, the fire stage. And of course the first is the kapha, where it is made of water and earth, which is basically the saliva. And then the second stage is the fire and water, which is the pitta. So all the enzymes, the juices that are secreted in the stomach, the pancreas, the hormones, everything, those are what we say these are pitta. And they consist of the two elements of fire and water, because their job is for transformation, breaking down. And comes the third stage, where the second stage has got ready for the third stage, of course, which is the colon, and this is where the vata resides. The energy of the dosha that we discussed is the vata, where it's made of the elements of air and space. And here we find a lot of gas and bloating. So if there's too much air, there's going to be a lot of gas. If there's too much space, there's going to be a lot of bloating. So as a practitioner, identifying where the issues are, this way we target those particular areas and we target those particular doshas which are being increased. And this gives us an idea of where the issue is and which dosha is basically increasing or decreasing. So this is the gross digestive state, where it's going through the system from your mouth in through the colon, where all the waste is coming out. Now, what happens to the nutrients? When it separates the waste that goes through the GI tract and the colon, what happens to the nutrients? Well, the nutrients go through another phase of digestion, and that's what's called the gross digestion. And this happens over a period of basically 36 days. Your meal, the physical or the gross digestion is happening around 4 to 6 hours, but the gross digestion, which is happening behind the scenes, where now the nutrient is taken throughout the system and broken down to where it could be absorbed by the different tissues, which we'll look at, which happens throughout the 36 days. And you must have heard where we have new blood cells, we have new liver cells every few days, every few weeks, we have new skin cells, the colon goes through the whole repair every few weeks. So in 36 days, most of these nutrients or most of these tissues are totally revamped as such, and they're recycled completely. Now, looking at The nutrient, of course, is the plasma, where it contains all those vitamins and minerals and everything the body needs from that particular food. So it's going through these stages of these 7 tissues, or the tatus, what we call. And it's very important to nourish each and every one of them, because each one plays a role in the system, and each one is depending on the other above it. The rasa, which is basically the lymph, the plasma, which is nourished, and that's what is the main fluid which nourishes the other fluids, which is, of course, the rakta, the blood, that is the blood form. Then we have the mamsa, which is the muscle, then the meda, which is the fat, then we have asti, which is the bones, and then we have the bone marrow and majja, and then we have the shukla, which are the reproductive serums. So it's important for the nutrients to go through these tissues one at a time, and once the one above takes the nutrient what it needs, it moves on to the next where it takes what it needs. Now, if one of those tissues needs more than what's required, then bypasses all the other tissues. Now, as a practitioner, that's what helps us diagnose, or that's what helps us, I guess, figure out exactly where things are going wrong in your diet or in your lifestyle. And that's where we recommend, or that's what I would recommend, certain or opposite qualities to balance those dosha, or those energies. But as just a regular person, why would you need this knowledge? Well, it helps you understand that if I'm having a muscle problem, if I'm having a bone problem, if I'm having any kind of other issues, you know exactly what stage of digestion and how many days, where I've posted just below, you'll see the image, where how many days it takes to reach that particular nutrient, for the nutrient that you're eating, for it to reach. And it will take up to 36 days for it to be converted. It means an apple or a banana or the food that you ate to be converted into all these tissues. It will take the full span of 36 days. So it's not exactly that when we just ate and the body digests it and gets absorbed. It takes 36 days, around 36 days, for all the nutrients to get absorbed by all the organs and all the tissues where they are needed and they function. So it's good to understand or know the time frame also. And that's why it's so important to make sure our agni, or our digestive fire, is consistently flowing. And this is what I wanted to bring out. So, in the end, of course, for all these 7 tissues are nourished, the end is the main, what we call ojas in the Vedic realm. And this is what gives us strength. This is what boosts our immune system. This is what keeps us alive, basically. The ojas is the aura that we have. So all of those all of those nutrients have to go through those 7 tissues and to form this ojas, which gives us life. When somebody is in disease or somebody is closer to death, their ojas is very low, and the nutrients are just not converting into those tissue cells, and they're not basically ending up forming the ojas, which is what gives us life, and it gives us everything, all the energy that we have. And coming into the winter, this is an important time to understand how to boost that immune system, especially with all the issues that we're going through with the pandemic. We want to make sure we are eating right, we want to make sure we're digesting properly, we want to make sure those nutrients are getting into those tissues. And this is what relates, where you can see your bones are strong, your muscles are strong, your bone marrow also definitely will be strong enough to build those red blood cells and those white blood cells. So I hope that gives us a great small little idea on how those nutrients are digested and how the tissues are basically fed in those, and the time frame that it takes for a particular food to turn into these tissues or be a part of our body. I mean, of course, we are born as a small cell and baby, and then we grow up into this, and this is where time is counted. So this is the end of another episode. Let's join in Wednesday. I'll pick up another topic where we'll talk about vitamins and in general. And if you do have certain topics you want me to talk about, please put your post or put your comment there. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. This is Cosmic Mike. Be safe. Have a great weekend. See you on Wednesday.